What you are listening to is not the story of an ordinary airplane. It is the complete transformation of a forgotten machine into a $500 million flying masterpiece, known as the Falcon X, year 2026, an aircraft that redefined luxury, engineering, and power in the modern aviation world, because this airplane did not begin its life as a symbol of wealth or status. It began abandoned, silent, weather-beaten, and ignored, sitting in isolation with dust covering its fuselage, rust forming along its rivets, systems frozen in time, and an interior stripped of purpose. An aircraft many believed was beyond saving, yet for a select team of engineers, designers, and craftsmen, this was not an end, but a beginning, a blank canvas for perfection, where every single detail would be rebuilt with patience rather than speed. Because this project was never about rushing, it was about absolute control. The restoration began from the ground up with deep mechanical inspection, where landing gear, stiff with years of grime, was gently cleaned using soft brushes. Hydraulic lines wiped slowly with microfiber cloths. Grease and residue removed layer by layer until metal could breathe again. Technicians moved silently, deliberately, understanding that at this level, even the smallest oversight could compromise the whole. Structural ribs inside the fuselage were inspected by hand and flashlight, fingers gliding across aluminum frames, listening more than looking, feeling for imperfections, confirming strength, ensuring safety beyond certification. Then attention turned toward the heart of the Falcon X, its engines, where old covers were loosened carefully and set aside, bolts organized with precision, turbine blades exposed under soft light, rotated slowly by hand to sense balance and resistance. Each blade cleaned individually with microfiber until aerodynamic perfection was restored. Worn components replaced with newly engineered parts designed not only for power, but for silence. Lubrication applied in fine controlled mist to reduce friction and extend life. And when the engine casing was finally refitted, it did not feel like repair. It felt like revival, a machine awakening. Once the core systems were restored, the transformation moved outward to form and presence. Body dents were filled smoothly, surfaces sanded in slow circular motion, creating a uniform texture ready for refinement. Primer layers applied evenly, overlapping strokes forming the foundation for perfection, each coat allowed to cure before the next, never rushed, then lightly sanded again to remove even the slightest imperfection, followed by the defining moment when the color coat flowed across the fuselage, glossy and deep, reflecting overhead lights like liquid metal, layer by layer, until the aircraft no longer looked restored but reborn, sealed beneath a flawless clear coat that turned the Falcon X into a mirror of light. But luxury is not only what you see, it is what you do know. Outside world disappears. Only then did the interior assembly begin. Wall panels returned first, aligned and pressed gently into place, followed by premium flooring that formed the foundation of comfort. Advanced wiring systems connected slowly and methodically, powering lighting, entertainment, security, and control systems with absolute reliability. Luxury seat frames were mounted with perfect alignment. Bolts tightened slowly, then custom leather seating was placed gently, soft yet supportive, crafted to hold the body without pressure. Gold trim followed, not excessive, not loud but refined, installed by hand along cabin edges, catching warm light and elevating every surface it touched. Ambient LED lighting activated gradually, bathing the interior in a calm glow that felt more like a private residence than an aircraft. Because the Falcon X was never meant to feel like transportation, it was designed as a sanctuary in the sky. A fully furnished private suite was assembled mid-cabin, a luxury bed placed carefully, silk curtains drawn slowly across windows, fabrics adjusted by hand, lighting designed to mimic a five-star hotel rather than a machine, traveling at 40,000 feet, a space created to erase jet lag, stress, and time itself. Beyond rest came authority. A full executive meeting room installed with a custom conference table, premium seating, and integrated touchscreen systems, where global decisions could be made mid-flight. security panels discreetly embedded, offering total privacy and control. Every screen responsive, every surface intentional, merging aviation with power. Once the interior reached perfection, attention returned to the exterior for final detailing. The fuselage buffed to a mirror finish, trims polished until reflections sharpened, windows cleaned until they seemed invisible, engine covers closed slowly and secured with subtle metallic clicks. Systems powered on, navigation lights, cabin lights, control systems all responding flawlessly, until the Falcon X stood complete inside the hangar, illuminated softly, gold accents glinting, its presence commanding silence. A slow, cinematic rotation revealed every angle, nose to tail, wing to wing, showing an aircraft that no longer belonged to any category. Not merely transportation, not just a home, not only a command center, but all of them combined. And this is why the world remains confused by the Falcon X, because at $500 million, this aircraft is not purchased. It is commissioned, tailored to the life of someone who demands perfection without compromise. When its engines hum softly, almost inaudible, and the cabin lights dim into a warm glow, the Falcon X achieves its final form. Silent, powerful, timeless. This is not the future of aviation. This is aviation perfected. A $500 million flying masterpiece that proves when money meets mastery, the sky is no longer the limit.